Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by for this video. Today I am going to be sharing with you all of my customized planner inserts that I am planning on using for the 2018 Purple Trail Planner, which I recently did a review on my channel for. I have created a bunch of Word documents to stick into this planner to better utilize each and every page that is included in this planner. So I'm hoping that you can utilize some of the pages that I have created. Here are all of my inserts. I have them in this little file folder that I got from the Target Dollar Spot. And then here are the pages that I use. These are sticker project papers. They are by the brand Avery. I did get all of these from Amazon.com. I just ordered a couple sets of these. And it is a full sheet of blank paper that has a full adhesive on the back. So if you are interested in doing the same thing that I'm doing, here is what you will need for that. And here are the majority of my customized inserts. And I know that by doing this, I am going to add quite a bit of bulk to my planner. It is going to definitely expand, which I'm okay with. I mean, I would rather get use out of the planner and all of the pages than have like a very slim planner. So if that's something that would bother you, this is probably not the route you want to take. So let's get started. Okay, so the first document that I created is weights, and this is going to track the day, the machine that was used, the weights / reps, and then the same thing on this side. So I did create 12 different colors of this same chart for each of the 12 months of the year, and so I have quite a bit of space to work with. That is why I created 2 different columns for the same information, just so that I have a lot of space to write down. If I do 5 machines that day, you know, I should have enough room, I would think. But I do love tracking everything. In the past, when I was really dedicated and committed to working out, I am talking a couple of years ago, I did use tracking systems, and that is really just what motivated me to continue going. And I loved looking back on my progress and seeing that I was making improvements and changes. So I have, like I said, quite a few different colors for each month. And then I created this monthly chart as well. This is going to track the cardio that I do. I am much more inclined to do cardio each day than weights. I do love doing weights, but I definitely don't do them every time I go to the gym or every time I work out. Cardio is something I try to fit into my workout routines every time that I go to work out or do some type of activity, and so I like to track that. With this chart, I have a column for the date, the exercise done, the time, the distance, the calories, and the steps. I do like wearing my Fitbit, and so I do also like tracking my steps each day. And then on the bottom here, I have the total that I can look back on and just see if I'm improving from month to month. So I have my total time, my total distance, my total calories, and my total steps. And then down below that chart, I have a little monthly calendar, and this method really worked for me as well in the past. I love being able to just put a little X through a date or a little highlighted check mark or something, just indicating that I did do an activity for that day, whether it be going to the gym or taking a bike ride outside or just working out in the basement. As long as I am doing something extra in an attempt to better my fitness and better my health, I will give myself a little indicator that I did do something. It just motivates me to fill up the entire calendar. So I did include that down here as well. So similarly with my weight chart that I created, I do have different colors for each of the months. So here are my little like cardio trackers and my monthly view trackers. Moving on to health records, I wanted to create a space for myself to just mark down anytime one of us had to go to the doctor, just so that I have a general idea of everybody's health record for that year right in front of me. Of course, I don't have enough room to be super detailed, but I do keep like files for health records. But I just want a general description of any doctor visits, dentist visits, eye doctors, just to know when each of us went for an appointment, what the outcome was, what the reason was. So I've color coordinated this by person. I have Annabelle's little chart right here. She has a section for the date, the reason, and then the notes. I have my section down here. I'm assuming since Annabelle is an infant, she will be seeing the doctor a lot more often than myself. I also have one for Aiden. For Matt, same chart, just different colors. And then of course I had to have one for our puppies. We have 4 dogs, and so they have a nice wide space for any checkups or health visits that they may need for 2018. So this first document is a family bucket list. You guys know that we do seasonal bucket lists in here for our family. This is what will be included on my chalkboard that I do each season, that I have done a couple videos on. And so now, instead of just having the chalkboard that, you know, gets erased and rewritten on every season, I will have all of the seasons right on one page. I could look back, I can transfer the bucket lists from year to year and see what we want to do again next year, or what we might not feel is necessary to try and accomplish. I love how colorful this is though. And then I have a personal bucket list for each of the 12 months. This is just really fun ideas that aren't as important to me to get done, but stuff that I would like to do personally, whether that might be to read 2 books in January, or to get a pink manicure in February, stuff like that. This is just a personal bucket list that is a little bit more specific because it goes by month rather than season, but I am really excited to use this for myself as well. Again, I love all the colors. Next, I have important reminders, and again, I just love the colors. It's so fun for me to look at and for me to kind of picture on how I want to utilize this. So this is just anything that I wanted to be reminded to do. Not stuff that I want to do, but stuff that I have to do. So for example, in March, we try to do a spring clean. That is something that I want to continue remembering to do every March, just to get our yard and our outside ready for the spring and summer season ahead. And same with October, we do a fall cleanup. Make sure that we get done what needs to get done when it needs to get done. Next, I have created a document for my 3-year plan. This is anything that has to do with our house, our family, our goals. So I love planning out into the future, the long-term future by year. I also have a spot for my 2018 plans. Stuff that I have written down in the current year, 2017, that I wanted to do for 2018, I will put in here and get a lot of those plans for 2018 accomplished, hopefully. So for 2019, 2020, 2021, I have space for anything that I am planning, whether we are planning on getting a new family car, or, I mean, this is a little personal, but I would like to get pregnant again in 2019, I think it was. Planning on changing our house, like bigger changes that we need to plan for, more for financial reasons. Whether the plans are super realistic or things that we hope to be able to accomplish, anything like that would just go on here. It's like a little vision board, I guess, without the pictures. It's just the writing, putting it down on paper, I think really helps you accomplish your goals. Like I said, whether they are super realistic or they are far-fetched. You know, if I wanted to start my own business by 2021, that's something that would go on there. It seems like it's a long ways away, but just being reminded every time you look at something like this that you do have plans for the future, I think is a great way in accomplishing big goals that you set for yourself or you set for your family or your house. All right, moving on to home documents that I want to keep track of. This is home updates, repairs, and services. I have a whole long list of anything that we have done to our house for 2018. I have a dates section, the service, the company, the contact information, and the cost. This will allow me to kind of keep track of what we are doing to our house and where our money is going in updates or repairs or even services. And if I need to look back to see when something was done, all I have to do is pull out that year's planner. For example, this year we had a huge tree removed. That is something that I would put in here. We also, like I said, had plumbing work done. We had drain tile put into our basement. So stuff like that I just like to keep track of. So again, same with the health charts that I mentioned earlier. It's just like an overview of your record keeping. It's not too detailed. Of course, you would keep like the receipts and possibly the estimates that go into detail about each service or each repair or each update or upgrade. But it gives you a general overview of what you had done. And so this I know will get a lot of use out of. This is a chart that I used for 2017 that I really benefited from. So during the time that I was doing my whole declutter with me series on my channel, I had plans room by room, which I did mention in a video, on what I wanted to change about each room, whether that be to go through a closet or to remove a piece of furniture or to change out or add something. It just all went in here. And so as I was going through each room or each space, decluttering parts of the house, I had a track of what I wanted changed in each room. So I have each room of our house included into this chart. So I have an area for the office, the bedroom, the kids' room, the dining room, the living room, laundry room, kitchen, the outdoors, the family room, garage, basement, and bathrooms. And so as you can see, I did leave a pretty big space for the outdoors. I think that is what we will concentrate on changing the most in 2018. We did do a lot of changes, small changes, but we did do a lot of changes in the house during this year, 2017. And so now 2018 will be more of what we want to change about the outside. I want to add a veggie garden. I also want to add a couple more flower gardens. All of that would go into here. And even though we did get a lot done in the house this year, there's still going to be things that I want to revisit. If I want to go through kitchen cabinets and maybe change what is included in a certain cabinet, I will put that there. Laundry room, I do have plans on painting the laundry room, and so that would go into this section right here. The garage needs to be cleared out. We want to kind of utilize that space a little bit better. So all of those type of plans, those smaller, easier to accomplish plans, would go right into this chart here. Moving on to the dreaded finances, the credit cards, all savings, all of that adult stuff that I don't like dealing with, but I know I have to. I've created a few different documents to keep myself as organized as possible when it comes to our finances. So I've created this chart, and this is pretty much what we can cut out of what we are spending and what we can save on. And so I have a column for the date, as always, the company, and how much is saved. So for example, our DirecTV bill is enormous right now. I need to call them and figure out what services we can kind of get rid of that we don't even use or need or want, and see if that can lower our bill at all. Even if we're saving $5 a month, that's a win in my book. There are a few different areas of our finances that I need to really look at and analyze and see what can be cut out and saved on. So this is the document just to keep track of that. And then I have a document for our savings accounts. We are really trying to save as much as we can. We want different savings accounts for different reasons. Now, we've always had a savings account for Aiden. We have started a savings account for Annabelle. We are pretty much used to these, but we also want to start a fun fund, and that would just be for any like trip that we want to take, any like bigger expense. If we want to buy something that we don't really need, that, you know, costs a little bit more, that would be taken from this fun fund. We also want to start a house account. That is for any house repairs that we need, that we aren't really planning for, but we would like to have money just in case. And then we have an absolute account. That is kind of like emergency funds, medical bills that we weren't expecting, God forbid. If Matt's business gets slow, that would be when we take out money from this account. And I know it is going to take a while to accumulate anything significant for all of these accounts, but it's something that we would like to just keep track of and hopefully build upon each year. Matt and I are not the greatest at savings, and so I am hoping that something like this, a system like this, will really help us get on track and focused for these different areas of our lives that we kind of need to be prepared for. Next, I have established a debt pyramid, and this, I have done a little bit of research on the financial freedom way of financial planning. I did not purchase anything from that program or anything, but I have gotten a little bit of an idea of what that program is about. And they do use something similar to this, and that is just kind of putting all of your debt into one spot and focusing on one spot and then crossing it out once it's paid. But just between what we owe on our house, on automobiles, my student loans, credit cards, there's just a lot of debt that we would like to eventually cross off of our names. And so keeping track of this like in a visual sense, I hope will help a little bit. And so my plan is to kind of create different sections within this pyramid. So I'm planning on having 2 of this same version put into my planner using that sticker sheet on the back and seeing where we are in the beginning of the year, and then revisiting that pyramid and seeing where we are at the end of the year and seeing just the progress that we made. Next, I have a sheet of credit card rewards and fees and fines. I want to be able to track and see how much we are earning in like reward points versus how much we are paying in fees and fines. As you guys have probably noticed, I just want to keep track of every possible thing so that I am not missing an area that could be important to us. Next, I have created just a basic monthly bills and login sheet. I have a due date column, I have a company column, the login information, and then the password information. This is to ensure that Matt and I both know the login and password information to all of our bills. Okay, and then the next sheet that I've created is a monthly utilities/services along with a monthly earnings chart down here. So the purpose of this is to kind of see how our utilities or services are changing in price by each month. I just want to know if we are spending more or less per month on our utilities and our services, such as garbage, our phone bill, our water bill, internet, all of that. I just want to see where our money is going to when it comes to utilities and services. And then down here is for me to keep track of how much we are earning on our investments. And then here is all of my charts all shuffled together. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions or anything about this stuff, any comments, anything you think I should add, let me know in that comment section. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please make sure to subscribe and join my YouTube family, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care.